Hello, guys, and welcome back to the D's Don't Get Degrees podcast.
My name is Dominic.
My name is Jessica.
And we're back. Let's go.
Episode number 12.
Yep.
A dozen.
A whole,
a
man,
full
that's crazy.
little, thing of eggs.
I'm just going to say it right now. This is the longest I've ever committed to anything in life.
Yeah.
I've never committed to any. No, I'm just kidding. But nothing meaningful unless, you can count high school and whatever. But realistically, I haven't
a
committed
relationship here and there.
It's getting close. It's getting close. What are we at? So this is.
Week 12 is 3 months.
Damn. I'm gonna say this
sad.
is about
okay,
average.
Well, speak for yourself, because you know.
No, I did speak for myself. I said this is the longest I've ever committed.
Okay.
I did say the word I didn't say anything about you.
Speaking of commitment, we failed to commit to our horoscopes from last week. Both of us.
Right.
Pretty hard.
I tried. I did half of it. So my horoscope, what I took from my horoscope last week was there were two things. One, get your finances together, bro. And I actually, because this is a good time to do it or whatever, because the moon's in, whatever.
Yeah, something about Jupiter or some shit.
Sure, yeah. Venus over rising. I don't know. But.
Verizon.
I said Venus over rising. I don't know. Okay. Rising over. I just use horoscope words. I don't know.
I heard Venus and Verizon.
Venus Verizon. That's the new.
Okay.
No, but. So the finances part, I made a budget for the next couple weeks. So that I actually did go through and legit, sit down and that. But the other part of it was something about relationships, and I'm supposed to it would be a good idea to try.
We're supposed to hit up an old homie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't do that at all. I didn't even try.
Sad. I'm
not even gonna make excuses. I just didn't do it. Wasn't really. I'll make one excuse. One, I'm not used to I don't want to say following horoscopes. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do with horoscopes because I don't think it's that we're supposed to.
Yeah, they're just supposed to be guiding advice.
Guiding, yeah, I guess so. I'm not used to guiding.
But
advice.
We made a commitment.
We did. You're right. This week will be better if it's possible. I don't know. Last week I could have hit up an old homie, but it wouldn't have been because I'm gonna be honest. I'm not rolling in dough right now.
Right.
So what would I have? I would have hit you up just to. I guess I could have just checked on him, but I wouldn't have had any money to do anything with an old homie. I wouldn't have been. Hey, let's go out to lunch. Hey, let's do, it just wouldn't have happened.
Yeah. I did hit up someone because my horoscope said something about that as well.
Yeah.
But technically, I got stood up on Sunday.
Oh,
Not
wow.
I'm gonna make it more dramatic than it is. So, but what actually happened was just it was a super last minute plan and then a super last minute cancellation. So I couldn't even be that mad. I said, hey, actually. I was the one who canceled. No.
Wow.
Not fully. It was we met each other halfway.
You were talking about some. I'm expecting I'm thinking so who am I gonna have to hate now? Who's
No.
Fucking.
There was a brief oh, we should hang out tonight. As in it was already makeup was off.
Sure.
I was in bed.
Uh-huh.
And I said okay, and then maybe 2 hours later I was like, you know what? I'm kind of tired, and they were like, "Oh, okay, I'm pretty tired too." And then we just didn't hang out.
That was literally all on you, is what it sounds like. 100%. They said, "Oh, I'm pretty tired too. We shouldn't hang out," but it sounds like they were kind of being nice, just not making you feel that bad.
I didn't pick up on that. But this week, according to Cosmo,
that was literally all on you.
The cards are a little different. We're still gonna start with you, Dominic, because you come first. Technically, the way that the zodiac sign is set up. Or at least that's how. Yeah, it has to be. No, because I'm January and I'm always at the bottom. Whatever.
Who cares? Let's go.
Leo. Love doesn't have to be a battlefield, Leo. This summer produced more conflict than usual for your romances and friendships.
That's actually super accurate. That is super true.
Mars moving direct will take you out of the war zone and into peace treaty territory, especially this weekend. Ooh.
Okay.
When the moon lights up your courage, compassion, and connection sectors. Be brave and share your truth.
Okay.
Oh my God, what's happening this weekend?
I don't know. Let's see. All right. So let's think about this. Okay.
Okay.
Let's. What?
Love's
do I
been
need
a
to do this
battlefield.
week? Oh yeah. No. That the first half makes sense.
We're moving into peace.
Absolutely. Any relationships and even some of the friendships and I've lost touch with people that I shouldn't have,
right.
and relationships didn't exactly go as planned or super. I don't know. But there's been.
How beautiful does that sound?
It sounds
this
nice.
This weekend, the moon lights up your courage, compassion, and connection sectors. Beautiful.
I hope that's all true. I guess what it's telling me is I just gotta just give it a shot. Basically, like,
be brave.
Everything before was just not. It just wasn't gonna work. This weekend, I gotta put myself out there. Somehow, some way.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. I'm here for it. Let's do it. I have literally one assignment this week.
I think you should.
Let's do it.
You know what? No, I don't. You know what? Follow your heart. Be brave and share your truth.
I'm open to suggestions.
Okay.
What were you about to say?
Because you said you didn't want to ask someone else out this past week because you didn't have enough money to like, actually, go big or whatever the typical date is supposed to be,
or just anything, even as far as friends go. Like I didn't have like I was just like.
What about a picnic?
Okay, no, for sure.
Low budget.
Yeah.
Super cute.
Hopefully it didn't rain.
You can. No, it. I don't know.
We'll see. It's been it's been raining here in Houston a lot over the last week.
Yeah,
especially this weekend. It's actually raining right now.
A picnic would be so cute.
For sure.
You can extend it for as long as you like.
Does Thursday count as a weekend? Maybe I'll do the whole museum thing. That might
No, yeah.
I don't know. Well,
it's close enough.
Yeah, and also just to explain on that, so I don't just keep saying things people don't know what I'm talking about. On Thursdays, most of the museums here in Houston, in the museum district, are free admission.
Yeah.
So that's cool. That's always like a good go-to if you ever need something to do on a Thursday.
Museum and a picnic sounds lovely.
Right. And if I can scrape a few dollars together, maybe even ice cream. I don't know why. I've been on that kick lately. That's just been the cutest thing in my head.
I hate you so much because we offered to buy you ice cream on your birthday and you shot us down.
Well, you didn't let me finish.
Daniel, am I right?
You didn't let me finish. What I was about to say is that it feels like the cutest thing for a date. Like it feels like if you go out.
Yeah, that was also
like
a plan
whatever
for me.
whatever you're gonna do. Yeah, you do your thing and then you go out and get. I don't know. It just feels really cute.
It is very cute.
I don't even like ice cream that much. And that, to be fair, y'all offered to buy me ice cream literally like, what was it, 30 minutes after we had eaten? Like I was.
That's not fair because we were at that mall for like 2 hours.
You're right, but when we passed up the ice cream.
No.
I was full. And you know I was full. We had we had so many wings for my birthday. So many.
Okay,
whatever. I ate so many. I was full for the rest of the day, honestly.
Let's hop off of memory lane and onto my horoscope for the week.
Aquarius. I'll read it this time.
Okay.
You're off to the races, water bearer. I don't know what that is.
I'm a water bearer. That's my sign. Like, that's what I...
Oh, okay, cool. You're off to the races, water bearer. Mars is direct in Aquarius and giving you the powerful momentum to assert yourself and ambitions. Ask for what you want and work hard to make it happen. I like that.
Okay.
Collaborate with friends this weekend to brainstorm ways to make your success happen quickly. Their wisdom will help. I like that a lot.
I don't like that at all.
What?
I don't like it.
Really? It's technically we've done it before. It's just what I think of like when we get together like with Daniel or somebody and we just talk about stuff. Like we just talk about how like what our plans are coming up. Like, oh, what are we gonna do about like jobs or like school, like just different things.
Okay.
Like, it's kind of like
I like the idea of like getting the gang together this weekend.
You don't want to brainstorm about.
I don't want to brainstorm anything.
You just want to get together, just do hooligan shit.
Yeah, let's play Clue.
Just okay.
Let's get together for some Jenga.
I mean, hey, follow your heart, do what you want to do. But let's go back to the other part.
Wait, my weekend says I have to. Okay, so I have to brainstorm with my friends this weekend. You have apparently a really hot date this weekend, so.
I guess I guess we got separate weekends. Okay, sure.
We should put together a
big thing together.
Like a double date.
Oh.
Or a triple date.
You are thinking very ambitiously, but I like it.
It would encompass everything.
Just cheat. I don't think that's the way. I don't think that's the way horoscopes go. I don't think you're supposed to like. Okay, so these are little like tasks we gotta do this week. Let's just see if we can do it all together. Like it sounds like chores that we're just.
These are all for the weekend. Like
you're right, and they're all at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm with it. Okay, you get a group of friends together, and I'll try and find a date and be like, all right, so we're gonna go do.
Well, that was your one thing for this week. You're supposed to get a date this weekend. So
try and do that thing and be like, all right, so we're gonna go together with my friends. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Or you can have her for Thursday and then just chill with us on the weekend.
Or if I can actually get some money.
Or a triple date.
Or I could just take her to do something on the weekend. I don't know.
Okay. Well,
we'll see.
Just write yourself out of my horoscope, why don't you?
No, Jessica, you follow your
what?
heart.
I will collaborate with friends.
I'm just kidding. Chances are, I don't know. I mean, chances are, like,
we end up hanging out really late, so.
Yeah, and I was about to say, I've connected with a few people on Tinder and Bumble recently, but none of them have really turned into dates. So I don't know. I'm not sure that this week will like be better. Of course, if this will be a good test to see like how, I don't want to say how true, but like how that's not
how
nice.
Real horoscopes are.
This will be a good test to see how powerful the energy are from horoscopes, right? Because if my horoscope is true,
it works if you work it.
Right, for sure, right? I have to put in an effort. That makes sense for sure. But
that's a AA slogan.
My horoscope has said, not my horoscope. Yeah, the horoscope has said that recently, things haven't necessarily worked out, and a lot of it isn't because of me. It's because of Venus or whatever. Like, I don't know. So maybe Venus has moved to a different position, and like now it'll work out. Who knows?
Well, we will definitely get back next
week for sure.
Next week with updates.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it a legitimate try, and if it doesn't work out, at the very least, maybe I can get hopefully I can get a date, and even if the date doesn't go well, at least I tried. At least I gave it my best go.
Yeah.
But that concludes this week's horoscope. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know if that. I'm just kidding. But
we have theme music. Something that sounds kind of like. No, it has to sound like mystical. Like. Yeah, like something that would play in like a Halloween movie. Yeah. I'm so excited. I watch all the Halloween Town movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in October,
I used to watch them a lot. With my mom.
Hocus Pocus.
Yeah. I think my grandma was watching Hocus Pocus the other day. I don't know what channel or whatever. It just was. We're not
there yet.
She was watching it.
So I have something that I wanted to share with Dominic for the first time. Like, we usually talk about these things before we start recording, just like a real quick run through.
Yeah.
But I saved something, a bit of information.
Sure. Okay.
I don't know why.
What is it?
And I have to keep it very anonymous.
Oh Lord. Okay.
So I gotta make sure I'm watching like the timestamps if I ever have to edit this.
Is this because I might know the person?
No, it's just I don't want to like definitively put it out there, and then I know how okay, so here's let me start from the beginning. Okay. I have a little crush.
Aw, that's so cute.
And I am not a crush person.
No, not usually at all. No. Well, you know what? I'll take that back.
Okay, here's the thing. I get crushes, I pursue that crush and then I'm very quickly like, oh, they're just like a normal average dude. Like it falls flat very quickly.
Not always. Sometimes it turns into your relationship.
Sometimes it turns into my relationships. That is how I've dated the guys that I've dated.
The guys I was about to say that.
Where crushes are like, they meet all of my expectations and even greater. But no, this is different. I mean, no, it's not different in that. Basically, what I'm saying is I have a new crush that is a real crush.
That's exciting.
Not I think they're cute and I might ask them out on a date.
That's super exciting. I haven't had a legitimate real crush since
it's a little scary.
It's always fun to me. It's like it gets scary towards the end when you realize this either that person isn't what you thought they were, or this just is not gonna, or like worse, they are what you thought they were, but like you just don't have a shot.
Yeah.
Well, but it's always fun, and I haven't had a crush
I've known this person for a while.
Okay.
So it's not like a new person that I have a crush on. It's like a person who I have a new crush on.
That still could be cool. Sense. Yeah, okay. I'm with it. You've known this person for a while. Okay.
It's just really exciting. It's like
Can I ask you a bunch of questions? Can I ask you 20 questions about them? All right. Number 1, are they cool?
Yeah.
Are they really cool?
Yeah.
On a scale of 0 to Logan
it's just
Paul.
All they cool over and over again.
On a scale of 0 to Logan Paul, how cool are? No, I'm just kidding. We just get like 99 dislikes on the video.
He could probably squat a log like a.
Oh wow! So he's
no, I'm
pretty
kidding.
Cool.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
I don't think he would.
Could he though?
I don't know.
Does he work out?
I didn't even know Logan Paul could do that.
Oh, true. But he looks kind of like beefy though.
Yeah, but
like,
I
he
always
looks kinda,
pictured like a log wing, like
a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Whatever.
The point. Okay, is he built? Is he like athletically built, or is he just kind of like? This is question number 4, by the way. I'm keeping up.
Okay, kind of. He's not like super buff or anything, but yeah.
If you had to associate him with the possible sport, which sport does his body most likely like? Question. Yeah, like does he have like swimmer bod or like tennis bod or like track running?
I
or
don't
straight
know what
up
a
football
tennis
player?
bod looks like. I want to say like a soccer bod.
So kind of skinny, but like kind of thick thighs, possibly, or like muscular calves and like muscular legs, but not over
like
the top.
muscle throughout, but not.
He's lean.
Yes.
He's lean and he looks like he can run a lot.
Yeah, which is scary because I'm really fat right now. So.
Fair enough. Okay. That was question 5. Let's see. Is he artistic at all?
No.
Do you? You know for a fact he's not, or this is number 7. Do you know for a fact he's not, or is this just like you don't know of any art that he does?
Okay. No, that's not fair. He is a little, but when I think of art, I think of the way that I'm artistic, which is like I like to paint, I like to draw, I like to
visual arts,
right? And he's a little more.
Are we talking like graphic design or something?
Yeah, in that area, in that realm. Yeah.
All right. Number 8. Is his credit good? I'm just kidding. I don't know.
It probably is. Yeah, it's probably better than mine. It can't get much worse.
Okay. Cool. Dang, I'm running out of questions. I know. Let's see. Is he tall? Knowing you, he's probably tall. He's at least like, if I had to guess, I'm gonna say he's at least minimum 3 inches taller than you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So he's probably 5 or 6 inches taller than you.
So I knew this. I was gonna call him Kid.
I knew this kid.
I knew him a pretty long time ago, and I haven't seen him in like a minute. I don't want to give out too many details.
Yeah, I know.
But
you're trying so hard. It's funny.
I found a picture.
Okay.
With him, with another person who I have seen more recently.
Oh.
And so the height comparison was a little like shocking because I was like, oh, I don't remember him being as tall as.
So he's definitely pretty tall. Okay.
Not like crazy tall, but taller than. In my head, I was like, oh, he's maybe like an inch taller than me.
No,
and that's not the case at all.
At least like 5.
I don't know.
4 or 5 inches taller.
I'm bad at.
Do you have to like look up at him and like you gotta tilt your head at least a little bit or not?
Yeah, a little
like
bit.
If you were like close, like right up on him, you gotta tilt your head a little bit.
A little bit.
Cool.
I don't think he's over 6 feet. But I'm only 5'5", so it's not like.
If I had to guess, I'm saying like 5'9", 5'10". If I just had to take
maybe
a
like
shot.
5'9".
5'9". Okay.
I'm like 5'8".
I feel like you're probably downplaying it. I feel like
he's
probably
I haven't seen him in person yet.
He's probably 6 feet. I don't know why. I feel like you just downplay it. Like you, because I can't remember what happened. I feel like there was someone else we knew a long time ago. You were like, they're not that tall, and then we see him, and you're just like, oh, actually, like.
Oh.
So I feel like you're down. He's probably 6. So yeah, if I had to put my money on it, he's 6'3", guys. Easily. He's just like the tallest person we've ever met.
Yeah.
She's like, I mean, he's like probably an inch taller.
Yeah, I have to look up at him sometimes, but not by like a lot.
Okay. Does he listen to our podcast?
I'm hoping not. I'm really hoping not, because it would be so embarrassing.
That's fun. No, I've actually thought about that a couple times. What happens if like we meet?
Well, I've mentioned the podcast, but
to him. Okay. You think he just
never by name?
Oh,
and very nonchalant, like, oh yeah, I'm filming an episode of this thing.
And he hasn't asked?
No, I know. I'm being stood up and what's the word I'm looking for? Like
neglected.
Disregarded.
Disregarded.
No,
yes.
it's
No, I mean, well, okay. How'd you bring it up? Did you bring it up as in like just a talking point? Like, oh yeah,
no, I brought it up as an excuse for why I had to like.
Oh, okay, I get you.
Like,
why you couldn't
cut the conversation? Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. All right, okay. I thought y'all were like hanging out, and you were like, yeah, I do this podcast.
No, I haven't hung out with him in like
right.
I want to say like 2 years.
Okay, that makes sense. Well.
No, that's so specific.
I don't know that. So
no,
I
that's
guess,
yeah. Okay, that's okay.
I mean, I have a guess, but I'm not gonna say it live on air. That'd be messed up.
That would be messed up.
But I have a guess. I'll play my guessing game after we're off air.
Okay.
But Okay. All right. I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. Next time.
No questions about what he looks like. That would have been easy, but
right.
no, it's okay. Well, you know his height, roughly.
That's all I need.
Between 5'6" and like 6 foot.
Does he have like color in his hair at all, or is he like
has he dyed it?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Is his hair straight or curly? Or is it short now, like buzz cut?
A little too short to tell.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah, no, I couldn't tell you.
Brown eyes, blue eyes, green eyes,
silver.
I'm basically just
gray eyes.
Gray eyes, gray.
No.
Okay. Oh, I thought you were being serious.
Gray.
I was like, wow, that's okay.
No, brown.
Brown. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Cool. Yeah, so I have a little crush now, so I'll update
That's
you
cute.
guys as it progresses, because I think it'd be funny.
Cute. No, for sure.
If at any point I'm just like, fuck him, he was so rude and
right.
dismissive. That was the word, dismissive.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Cool.
That makes
then
sense.
I'll come on here and expose him and give you guys his name. And
well, I wouldn't do that.
I won't. I'm too scared to like say his name now. So
true. Okay.
But this leads us into today's episode.
Love, soulmates. You know,
no
people we're gonna be with the rest of our lives.
Okay, maybe if you.
No.
Okay.
No. I'm just.
I was like, it's not. That's not real. But then I realized maybe you do.
No, I don't. I actually don't think I believe in the concept of actual soulmates. I do believe in like I want to get married and stuff, sure, but I don't think it'll be like. I don't think there's a specific person out there for me like that was born for me, you know, and I was born for them. Like, nah. So I don't believe in soulmates. So.
I feel like all the people that do believe in soulmates are the same people that say stuff like, "Oh, well, you won't know until it happens to you." Like, do you get what I'm saying? It's like the same people who, when I say stuff like, "Oh, I don't want to have a kid ever," they're like, "Oh, well, you won't know until like you have one. Like, you won't know how great they are until you have one."
Yeah.
There's the same people who are like, you know, "Oh, I don't believe in soulmates. Oh, you won't know until you meet the one."
Yeah, and I mean that makes almost some sense, but I feel like it's also a little like dismissive. Like I feel like, especially when
the word of the this episode.
No, it really is, because it's like if someone tells you directly like, "Hey, this isn't something I want for my life," you're like, you don't know what you want. That's what it sounds like, basically. You know.
Yeah.
But no, the actual topic, I don't know what to label this. I guess you'll see when we title it. But
I really want to call it build a bear, but not bear. Like build a.
I'm thinking of a word, but it's rude, so I'm not gonna say it. It's just very rude.
Build a bitch.
No, it's similar, but it's like somehow it feels worse, because like build a bitch at least sounds kind of funny.
Build a hoe.
No, that's just funny, but no.
Build a...
No, I'm not gonna say it. It's just, I'm just not gonna do it.
Okay. Yeah, we had this idea a few days ago of it stemmed from the idea of, everybody knows the term deal breakers.
Yes, as in like somebody something that happens in either a relationship or even if you're just meeting someone, basically a trait or something in a significant other that's just like, nope, can't do it, like can't get no matter what, right? Yeah. I want to I guess we'll start it off with deal breakers, and then we'll go to like, do you have any must-haves, like something they need to, something like
there's
you
plenty
have
of those
must-haves and deal breakers, but somehow still keep it kind of different, because it sounds similar, but like, you know what I mean? Like a must-have is a trait or something they need to be into, or something about them that need something.
You don't have any?
I have some. Yeah.
Okay, go.
Okay. Nice. I fell for that. All right. So I'll just start off by saying, this list, it's not even a list. These traits, these things I'm about to say, this whole conversation, take it with a grain of salt, just because I guess you can think of these as kind of like rules, but rules are meant to be broken. As in, like, there are people I've dated before, and probably people in the future I'll date that may or may not, like, you know what I mean?
I mean, that's like a blanket statement for the rest
of this episode. Yeah, like, none of this is perfectly set in stone, because, you know, everything's circumstantial, right? Just had to put that out there. Okay, now, number one, I guess a deal breaker I have, and I don't know at what point I guess this applies to like whatever relationship is happening, and maybe this is just a Leo in me, but I hate being ignored, and I'm just gonna put it out there, and I hate it. I hate the feeling of even thinking I'm being ignored, and it's like, oh well, Dominic, like if they really care about you, they won't ignore you. Exactly, that's my point.
So you're needy.
That's not.
So you're clingy.
That is one way of putting it. But I don't know. I don't think it's like, I'll be honest. I used to be kind of clingy. Yeah.
Right.
Like in my youngin' days, for sure. When it comes to dating, I used to actually be clingy. I'll admit that. Yeah. I think I've toned it down a lot now. Like a lot. Like I think I'm pretty chill. Like I text and communicate on a pretty normal level. For me, when I talk about feeling ignored, it's that feeling of like, oh, there's something kind of important we need to talk about that we both know we need to.
Right.
Or like, oh, I'm trying to make plans with you and like you're not even trying to reciprocate. Like the feeling of just not having the other person put any effort in, right? You know?
Yeah.
Especially on important things, not just like your regular day to day, but like kind of on your regular day to day too, you know? Like ideally for me, I guess what I'm describing is if I have like an actual significant other, someone I'm putting any time into, I kind of want them to, I want to enjoy like communicating with them, talking to them, and I want them to be the same back. I don't want it to be like this. I want us to get past, I guess what I'm saying, the dating games as far as like, oh, I gotta wait like a certain amount of time to hit him up because if not, I look needy. You know what I mean?
Right.
I want to be able to hit him up whenever I just feel like talking to him, and they reciprocate it if they're not like busy. You know what I mean? Like if it's not, it's hard to explain, but I definitely know what it feels like. You know, and I think everybody else knows what it feels like too. You know the feeling of if that. I think that's one of the surefire first signs of a person's like not that interested in you or not is like how. You know, their communication. So for me, it needs to be on point. And more than anything, even if we don't text all the time, I'm not saying we got to text every day even, just don't leave me feeling ignored, you know? Like, that's just a no. Like, that's a thing that'll actually kind of piss me off quicker than anything. It's like, I don't have that many red flags, but that's like that'll be pretty, that's up there, you know? Mm-hmm. So I started with the big one. What about you? Let's just go back and forth.
He has to be taller. Next.
Wow, really?
Back at you.
Wow, so that's really how this episode is gonna go.
No. Okay.
I was like, I expected a little more from you. Okay.
No, so I think I mentioned it in the last episode, but I rewatched all of Sex and the City and the movies, got the movies down.
He gotta have money.
No. No. Stop. My new crush could be listening.
Okay.
No, no, at one point, okay, so when Carrie first meets Big, I think it's the second episode that he is ever in. Maybe this is all like irrelevant to you guys, but if you don't know like any of the characters from Sex and the City,
if you have watched Sex and the City, just watch it, dude. Like, it's
yeah,
funny.
Just watch
like,
one episode. It's actually a pretty good.
Yeah, it's like people think it's kind of chick flicky, and it is a little bit, but it's just really, it's entertaining. I can't even deny it. It's funny. Like, just watch it.
There's a lot of boobies.
Just do it.
But Carrie asks, like, what is it that, like a lifelong partner, like, what is it that you have to have? Mm-hmm. What is a thing that all lifelong connections
need to,
yeah. And she spends like a whole episode trying to figure it out because that's just the style of the show. And then at the very end, Big pulls up in his car and he rolls down the window and they have like a little cute little back and forth banter. And then he says, and I'm going to butcher it, but he says something along the lines of, Carrie, at the end of the day, you just want to be with someone who can make you laugh.
Oh, that is the corniest. But you know,
but realest thing for me,
I'll give you that. So you're legit one of your must-haves. We'll put this not on a deal breaker. We'll put this under must-have. Is they got to be funny.
Not funny.
They have to just know how to make you specifically laugh.
Yeah.
So you don't need like someone who can hang out in a group and like oh, they're the funniest person in the room. You don't need that.
No.
You just want someone who can make you laugh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how to explain the slight difference in that because it's very easy to find people that are funny.
Right. Well, I think I know the difference. Like, for example, I know some people who I think it just kind of depends on like, it sounds weird, but I think it depends on how much attention they want. There's some people who are funny people and they just so happen to kind of like being like the center, right? So they'll show up to groups and stuff. And they'll have everybody rolling. They'll just keep the jokes coming.
You know what my favorite thing
is
when I'm at like a thing with a lot of people, and the person I'm with says something that only makes me laugh.
Right.
Because then it's like, oh, that was meant for me.
Okay.
That was a giggle for me only.
I one up you. I love when I'm in a group, and this just happened more in high school, but it still happens now here and there. I feel like we've had experiences like this too before sometimes where we're around people and maybe they're people we either don't know that really well or like whatever, we just don't vibe with them and we just kind of sit on the side and make jokes like to each other that are
yeah, that type of funny.
That's what you're not necessarily like, hey everybody, look at me.
It'd be great if they're also like the other type of funny. I don't have
but as long as they know how to like entertain you, I like that. I'm with it. Okay. I just thought of how this might go a little bit smoother, a little more, throw a wrench in there, right? Throw a wrench in what you thought the episode was. So how about we think of things, do's and don'ts and whatnot, right? Must-haves and whatnot, but we just ask each other it. So for example, I'll ask you, what? Wait, I had one and I forgot it. I hate that.
He thought he had it. He thought he had the showdown.
Shut up. I did have the showdown. I do have the showdown, okay? All right, so how about this? How do you want them to be when it comes to, you want them to be like introvert or extrovert?
Oh, very specific.
What do you prefer? As in like... Okay, how about this? I'll make it easier. Gauge it towards yourself, right? You know how often you want to go out and how often you want to stay in. Do you want them to be able to pull you out more, or do you want someone to kind of balance you and bring you back down, not going out as much?
You think I go out too much?
No, I'm asking you like think about how much you do yourself, because it's subjective. Like you don't like there's you know, you don't really know. Like maybe I think you don't that much, but in your head you do a lot.
I don't think that's something that
you
like
even
I look
care
for.
about.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so it could be either or. Like you wouldn't mind a guy who like if you meet a guy who's like, yeah, dude, like I want to go clubbing, let's go. But like often, like it happens once, twice, whatever, all the time. Could you see yourself going out with him all the time?
Yeah, because that to me would depend a lot more on if I like the guy. If I like the guy, I'm willing to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
I want to enjoy what he enjoys.
And vice versa. If he's just like, I like to stay at home body, I like to chill, play Clue, you'll be all about it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Does he need to know how to cook?
Yes, because I don't know how to do anything.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know how to make eggs. I don't know how to...
I think you're exaggerating. I think you definitely...
I don't know how to make eggs. I burn them every time, or I end up eating runny
eggs. There's no in between. I got you.
I don't know. I don't know. I think I overthink it. I don't know how to do anything in the kitchen.
Fair enough.
That requires like heat. Outside of a microwave. So he does need to know how to cook. Well, okay, that's not fair. He doesn't need to know how to cook, but it's a help. Big plus. Yeah.
Would you be okay if a guy, and I'm giving y'all guys out there who might be interested in Jessica, listen, because I'm giving you all the secrets right here.
Okay.
I'm thinking of all the answers for you. I got you. So I'm gonna give you a scenario for like a cute first date, and you tell me, or a cute date, because maybe not first, but a cute date, and you tell me if you're about it. He invites you over to his place and he cooks for you, and like, you know, it's like all romantic and shit. Like, you with it or not? Maybe not first date, because I get like, you know, some of the safety there. Maybe you don't know him really well, or unless you already know him well, whatever. But assuming like you already know him and you already know that he's not gonna kill you or rape you, right? Like, let's go past that. It's a cute date. You with it? Okay, cool. Shoot back. Shoot. This is supposed to be back and forth. Okay. It's not supposed to be.
I didn't realize you just kept going. Okay. Okay. Would you prefer someone... Would you prefer... This is going to sound like mean, but very honest.
Okay. Put me out there in front of everyone.
Would you prefer someone smarter than you or dumber than you?
Ooh. That is... You know what?
It doesn't matter.
I don't care. Okay. So I think I can't.
Oh, how they crumble.
I know. It's because I can picture both sides. Legitimately, I could picture meeting someone who's like smarter than me.
Are you okay with both?
Yeah, I'm legitimately okay with both. Okay. Like, I could picture, and trust me, I'll notice pretty early on which one it is, right? It'll stand out. That sounds mean, but I'll just know.
It always sounds mean because you're assuming that she's dumber.
No, even smarter. Like, if she's smarter, I'll know. Like, I'll pick up on it quick. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe she's acting. Oh, but I think there's caveats to both sides, right? So I wouldn't mind someone smarter than me as long as they're not pretentious. And as long as they don't like point out how dumb I am. Like, don't be like, oh, like, it's okay, honey. It's okay you don't read. Like,
oh, honey.
Like, I'm trying. Like, you know what I mean? But also I don't want, if they're dumber than me, that's okay. That's cool with it. That's fine. As long as, I don't know, there's not really that many downsides to that. It's just like, I mean, who cares, you know?
Okay.
I mean, it's not a big deal as long as like the rest of them makes up, you know, because it's not a big, like, I won't care, you know, as long as they're willing still to, like, one thing that kind of does annoy me is there's some people who, and you can kind of tell when you talk to them, and I don't know if this goes along with how smart or dumb they are. I think it's just that type of person, but I feel like I'm gonna need to be able to talk about important things with my partner, you know, and maybe not early. I'm not gonna go bring up the presidential election on my first date, no, but like
you gotta.
At this point, maybe I should.
You really do.
But I mean, in general, right? Like if I'm with someone and I want to talk about something like kind of even halfway important or intelligent, like let's say, I don't know, let's just say I want to bring up like the whole Ninja thing, how Ninja recently was like, oh, I don't want to stream with women.
Halfway important. I thought it was gonna be like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, only because it leads to like a discussion about like sexism and sexism. Right. You know, those are the type of conversations I have with like my actual friends day to day, like decently, a good amount. I feel like, you know, it's enough just to keep my brain turning a little bit so it doesn't turn to mush. But it's also like open enough where anybody can jump in. You don't have to be like the smartest person in the room to like, you know what you're talking about with it. As long as they're willing to partake in some of those conversations sometimes. Because I've kind of like dated and talked to people who I noticed weren't really about that. They just were not trying to have any of those. And I get it because we were kind of different culturally. So I understand. Right. But they were afraid. They just weren't trying to like do it.
What if it was flipped, right? So what if she hit you with some like super political, like stuff you're not even aware of.
Right.
And you had nothing to say.
If I have, and there's cases like that where I've been there before, I'll just straight up admit, I'll be like, look, I'm not informed enough. Like I need to go, like if you really care about this, I'll go and like do my research and we can come back and talk about it later.
Okay.
But like there's a difference between just admitting, hey, I don't know enough about this to just open my mouth and say something stupid. Right. And like, oh, I just kind of don't like talking about like this type, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's okay if you don't, but I just know me, at some point I'm going to want to bring it up.
Okay.
Because I feel like it's everywhere. You know, it's there's no way to really avoid it. Like, I'm not saying we got to talk literal, like, politics and elections and, like, stuff like that. And I'm not saying it's a conversation for every day or all the time. But, if I bring it up, I want you to be able to contribute somehow. Just be okay with sharing your opinion. You know, don't be afraid. Because if you're afraid to share your opinion on, like, important stuff like this, that means we're probably, like, on different sides of the important spectrum, I'll call it. And that's probably already a red flag, you know. So
yeah. Okay. Does she have to be able to cook?
No, actually no. It'd be a nice plus, but I'm not a master chef and I'm not the best, okay? But I feel like I can hold my own in the kitchen. I know how to make a couple meals. I know how to definitely like if I was literally on my own, I would live without having to go to restaurants every day. Like I could cook for myself. I could cook for her. It's not a big deal. I'm fine with that. When it comes to cooking, I wouldn't mind it for sure. It'd be nice.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not like a deal breaker. It's no big deal, you know?
Okay.
I'm trying to think of like actual deal breakers, I guess, to throw back at you. Do they... No, that's not a good one. Do you have a certain type of fashion or style sense that you want them to be? Like, do you at all? Like, you don't care if they like...
Not at all.
Ripped jeans from the 90s, skateboards, greasy hair, cat back, like you don't care.
That's kind of cool.
Okay, never mind. All right, like this.
I prefer like a very, and it's just a preference. It's not like I need it, but I prefer someone who's very like super into a certain style as opposed to like
I could do a little bit of everything.
Just a simple like, oh, jeans and a t-shirt.
Right.
Like I'd rather someone be like, no, like this is my aesthetic.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a 90s.
Even if it's something small, like, oh, I like wearing hats, or like, oh, like I'm into these types of
I prefer that to
bands. I just like jeans and t-shirts.
Yeah.
Which is like
the guy that plays it safe. Because it's like, come on, dude. Clothes are meant to be fun. Yeah.
Give me a type of first date that you're not cool with, that you're just like, give me like an idea, or a date in general. But first dates are always a little more pressure, I feel like. But any date in general where you're like, you know what, I don't want to do this. I don't enjoy this. This is like, if a guy took you and did this, you'd be like, nah, based on just the date alone.
I don't know if there's any, because I feel like I'd have to pull it from experience in order to know for sure.
Well, let's just think about some things you don't like doing, right? Like,
well, okay, so the first that comes to mind is I don't think it's cool, and I know this is gonna sound really shitty because I just tried to talk you into a triple date, but I don't think it's cool.
You're trash. You're trash.
When the first date isn't just the two of us.
Wow. So you were ready to sabotage me, and then
well, no, because you were supposed to call up an old friend, not a new fling.
This last week was old friend. This week literally says relationships.
Okay, whatever. I feel like there's too much room for error, and it's too much of like they're just playing it safe.
Yeah.
Like they're nervous that like, oh, what if they can't keep the conversation alive?
Yeah.
Let me bring some buddies. And it's like, nah.
No, I would agree with you. I don't like that. Like, I legitimately do.
I don't mind it like later on, you know?
I don't like it for I don't like until we're like put it this way. I don't want you to, and this is going to sound shitty, but it's the truth. I don't really want to bring you around my friends. I don't want to go around your friends until we're like established. Right. Like until we're until I'm super comfortable with it. Oh, until it doesn't feel like a super temporary thing. Mm-hmm. And if it is just a casual temporary, whatever, that's different. If it's that from the jump, if we're like dating because we're just whatever, like I guess hooking up or whatever, but we just want to, that's fine. That's different. I guess it doesn't matter. But like if I'm talking actual dating to like get in a relationship with you to be like a couple, I don't want to bring you around my friends until I know it's like a somewhat stable thing and vice versa. I'm not going to say no if she's like, hey, you want to come meet I'm not going to say no, but I mean, I'm not going to love it. That being said, I might just say no to family early on. I don't want to meet a girl's family until it's like actually serious, like serious. And I know some people like they care about that a lot. They're like, you have to meet my brother, my sister, you have to meet my parents. Yeah. Like if not, then we aren't even slow down. Relax. Like let us, let me get to the point where like I'm not even getting on your nerves anymore. Then I'll meet your parents, like let's be established.
Yeah, I agree. I usually don't I'm never, I don't know, I don't like introducing people to my parents because it's like everything feels so like temporary, and it's like I don't. That's true. Like my parents are forever,
right? Like I made a joke earlier about how like commitment, but realistically, it's not even that I have a problem with commitment. It's that a lot of my relationships honestly don't last like super long. Some of them legit are a few months or like a year or whatever, and it's like I don't want to bring somebody around my parents. It's not gonna, because then they're gonna be looking at me like, oh, what happened and it's like,
and it's always a shitty conversation to have.
Exactly. Well, why didn't it work out? And then my mom does a thing, and I don't know if this is a good thing. Maybe you need people in your life who can give you the truth. So it's kind of a good thing, but it's also like, dude, can't you take my side for once? She always blames me, no matter what happens with her.
My mom does the same.
She always blames me, like, oh, well, you shouldn't have. And it's like, bruh.
Yeah.
Like,
it sucks. And then your parents, because they're your parents, whoever you're dating is likely going to be on their best behavior around them.
Yeah.
Which means that they only see them as this like great person that let get away. And it's like, you
don't know. You don't really know the person. I totally understand it for sure. Been there before. It's not fun at all.
Yeah.
I know you said it didn't matter that much before, but let me ask you, do you have a preference? Do you legit want the person to be like somewhat creative and artistic, or is it like a nah, like if you had to pick like legit one or the other? I
mean, if I had my pick, he'd have to be a little bit into the arts, just because it's something that I enjoy, and I feel like I don't know, I feel like when they don't at all, it's just a little awkward, because so there's like a spectrum, right? There's people that are like super like deep into the arts, and then there's people on the opposite end that like my dad, who's like, oh, why do people spend money on this stuff? Like why do we why do we have to finance like the museum district and stuff? And it's like, because the stuff is valuable and important and whatever. So I don't want that. I don't want that extreme of, I think that's someone who would look at the stuff that I do. I'm painting my wall currently. I'd hate for someone to look at that and be like, well, what's the point? Like, why would you why are you doing this? Why are you spending your time with this?
Okay.
So maybe not artistic, but at least like a bit of appreciation for the arts.
That makes sense for sure.
I mean, if I had my pick, yeah, he'd be like involved in the arts in some way. But
Picasso, the next Picasso.
He'd be Warhol, and he wouldn't like me.
He wouldn't like me. He'd be too good for me.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I'm trying to, let's see, we know.
Would it be a deal breaker if the girl, your girl, right?
Yeah.
Is I don't know how to. Okay, I don't know how to describe it without making gym people sound douchey, but I am a gym person, so. If she was like super athletic and was insistent on you also adopting the lifestyle.
So okay, here I'm glad you guys said that's an interesting question, because it kind of puts it more on not just like gymnasts but anything in life in general. Mm-hmm. Remember Parks and Recreation, how it was a running what
recreation Parks and Rec
whatever
okay.
The show, yeah. You remember how it was a running joke for the first couple seasons that any guy Ann dated, she kind of just adopted their lifestyle. That's just what she was into, right? When she was into, with Andy, with Crit, like that's just what she was all about. Yeah. That's just how she was. And the guy didn't. I feel like Andy. Well, I feel like both of them kind of pushed it on her a bit, right? They were a little insistent, especially Chris. Yeah. He was kind of like, "You have to come do yoga with me," and like whatever, right? That's too much. No, if you. So I guess I'll keep your gym example. If they want to like get me involved in something they're interested in, whether it's the gym, whether it's like, I don't know, like the museum, whatever you're into, right? Mm-hmm. I'm okay with, if I really like you, I'm going to try whatever you're like into. It's fine. If it's not for me, it's not for me. Mm-hmm. And I need them to respect that. I can't have someone super insistent on like I don't mind going to the gym, right? I can't see this specific example being too much of a problem because I really like it. I don't mind it. It'll be cool to get someone who legit just pushes me to like make myself better. I can't, because I don't inherently have anything wrong with the gym. That's fine, like I'm okay with it. But I'm thinking about something like a bigger example of something I really don't like. Like let's say if I got the perfect example. Anybody who knows me knows I'm not really an outdoorsy person. Mm-hmm. Never been camping. We're gonna go for Jessica's birthday, but I'm not like super into it most of the time, And so, if I met a girl who was super outdoorsy and campy, like legit the opposite of my like couch potato lifestyle, I'd be okay with it, and I'll try it with her. Not the first date, maybe not the second. Once I get to know her a little better, because to me, I'm just like, I'm not trying to go out into the woods with anybody until I know you pretty decently well, right?
Right.
But there's limits to it, right? Like if I'm not a super outdoorsy person, don't be like, hey, I arranged for us to go rock climbing next weekend. Like, whoa, like slow down, dude.
Yeah,
I'm not, okay. Like don't push it on me too fast. Number one, and if I'm hesitant or if I'm resistant, pick up on that. Don't like force me. Don't try and like, Because if you need someone that bad to do what you're into, then that means it's a deal breaker, and that's okay with you. But if like me not being into what you're into is a deal breaker, we get that out the way early on, so we don't even waste time. You know what I mean? Like that's that. So I guess to answer your question, it's not a deal breaker unless they're like too insistent. Like if they stop paying attention to what I want and they just like, but I want to do this thing.
Right. That's fair.
What about you? Like flip it the other way. Let's say, I'm trying to think of an example. Let's say you meet a guy who's all in on like, no, that's mean.
Okay.
It's because I thought of one, but I was like, no, that's a little. I'm not gonna call you out like that, like right here, right now, out of nowhere. Like we hadn't talked about it. That's a little rude.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of something that you're basically like not into like at all, but like you met a guy, would you like sacrifice it and give him a try, or would it be like, nah, dude, sorry?
I guess it would depend on the thing.
What it is. I don't know. It's tough. I don't know. You have to come back to me. I can't think of what.
I mean, when I think like,
because you're like a pretty patient person. You're willing to try a lot. Yeah. That's why it's hard to think of something for you, because you're. I feel
when
like
I think deal breakers, they're not usually like elaborate or like circumstantial.
It's just a legit
it's like very short. Like, are they racist? Deal breaker.
Okay, fair enough.
Did they vote for? Are they Democratic? That's a plus.
Fair enough. Okay, I see
There's
what
stuff
you mean.
like that. Do you get what I'm saying?
There are
Like,
inherent deal breakers for sure. There are easy ones, and I guess I guess we can go through those. I didn't bring them up because I thought they're not implied because like a lot of people don't know us.
Right.
But all right, do you want to just go down the list of the very like true no matter what deal breakers in or because I mean there's some obvious ones. You can't be racist. Clearly, right? Like I'm an African American male. If you or your family ain't down with that, sorry, that's a no.
Right.
They can't be sexist. That's just a no.
I like that. Yeah.
Clear, you know. They can't be like transphobic or like anything like that. They can't be like homophobic, like the very, you know, whatever, right? You
have to be down with the LGBT
right
QA plus community.
Right. I'm not gonna say we gotta go to Pride together or nothing like that, but like I also don't want to hear you being like, oh, those freaking like yep yep those
okay, yeah.
But I mean, I figured those were like, though to me, those are just the makings of like a halfway decent person. You know, that's why I didn't bring those up.
You'd be shocked.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I guess what I'm saying is I don't know that many halfway decent people who like break any of those deals. You know what I mean? Like I personally, that's just not a.
I'm trying to think of something that you can't be. Oh, that's mean. But if I'm
it's
thinking,
the truth, it's the truth.
Okay, I'm thinking like not just.
Not
guy I would date, but like a guy that I could see myself
potentially settling down with.
Right.
We'll leave it at that. Yeah.
Sorry, buddy, but you can't be pro-life.
I feel that there's no. Hey, I get that because it's not like that makes you a bad person or anything, but it's like you just.
But that's a stance that I know I'm never gonna change.
You're never gonna break or change. Or
yeah.
I get that. That's understandable. I guess for me, you can't be.
And it's a little hurtful. Like, you know, it's like.
For sure.
I'm a woman. Like.
Yeah.
I want to be with someone who understands that I have the right to my body.
Okay. I guess for me, I'm going to say. I thought of something before, like. That's why I went to. I thought of something like a few minutes ago, but I don't know. My thoughts are everywhere right now because it's like an interesting topic. So my thoughts are everywhere. It's hard to like settle in on one. I'm trying to think of like things that like kind of like either tick me off or annoy me, and it's like, okay, dude, we can't, like, you gotta stop. I don't like.
What about like, is there anything physically that would be a no?
Ooh,
I can't be over 200 pounds. I'm kidding.
No, that absolutely not. I don't know. These are probably the hardest ones because it's like
she can't have freckles.
No, I love freckles. I have a lot of things that I like, but not too many things where I'm just like, nah, dude, I don't. Okay, you know what? I'll say it, and maybe it's kind of shitty on me, whatever. You can feel how, and you probably will be kind of opposed to it.
Mm-hmm.
But I just got to be honest. I like tattoos. I admire tattoos. I don't like face tattoos. That's my.
Oh my god! I was gonna be so angry.
Oh. What you thought I was gonna say?
I don't know. I thought you were gonna say she can't be like covered.
No,
I was about to hit you.
No, I don't. No, like that's if you're like I think that's fine. Like do what you want.
No face tattoos.
Yes, and it's not that like I would never get with a girl and be like, don't get a face. Like you do what you want to do.
Right.
But I'm saying like if I saw a girl with a face tattoo, I'm probably like, I'm just not into it. That's the one area of the body that just like you get a tattoo there and I'm like not attracted anymore. And that's just
crazy.
the truth. Like I don't like face tattoos.
Okay.
Neck tattoos are questionable, I'll be honest. I've seen some that are like still I'm like, okay, you know what, I don't mind. But that's about it. So face and neck kind of. But that's it. That is it. Everywhere else, feel free, go for it, have fun. Like I don't care. Do what you want.
Yeah, I really like tattoos. I really like face tattoos.
Yeah?
Yeah, I really do.
Oh, that's nice.
And I like, I don't know if there's a term for it, but I like when tattoos come up almost like a collar, like all the way up and outline the chin. Like I love that look.
Those are. Well, okay. Here's my thing. I guess I'll go back and say it. I don't think any of them look bad. It's not that I'm saying like, oh, those are gross. No, like I don't think they look bad. I just mean if I'm gonna like date you and be like serious with you, like I'm personally not attracted to it, if that makes sense.
Okay.
You know, like I still appreciate it for the art that it is, but I'm not attracted to it. That's just me.
Wow. Okay.
You thought
I thought you were gonna be like, she can't have too many. I was about, boy,
no,
the fuck out of this podcast.
No, we've talked about this like a million times.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care about like whatever.
I don't. Okay, so this is a deal breaker. Even on casual dates.
Okay.
Like if I'm in a date and I can sense this, I will not leave, but I'll like, be like, oh, this is nice. This is fun. I'll call you.
What?
It has to do with your tattoos, and it's a very difficult thing to explain.
Is it just a douchey tattoo guy? Is that basically what you're trying to say?
No, it's like a tattoo like fetish.
Oh.
Because it happens often.
Like guys who are like
a little, I don't know how to describe it.
Like they're not attracted to you, they're attracted to you because you have the tattoos.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the way I think of it, and it's weird to say it because it's on a different level, but it's still kind of a fetish, I guess, is the people who have like, I guess it's almost
like race preferences.
Yeah, like race fetishes, right? Like
it's not the same level. But
no,
yeah.
it doesn't make you a terrible
where it's
person.
like you're not into the person as much as you are into like what they represent. This novelty of
like, ooh, she's a
she's a girl with tattoos. Like, oh my gosh, she has like a
exactly like
it's a little weird.
So you've experienced that before?
Yeah, it happens.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's not even. I'm sure like the guys are just. Maybe it's something new to them, and it's a little hard to hide like
their excitement.
I guess.
You gotta chill though. I feel like you gotta chill. You gotta you gotta relax.
But then I think about how often that happens with people that you're not even on a date with. Like people that'll just come up and be like, "Oh my god, like what does it say?" And they want to touch it and like,
dude, I'm still a person. Like personal space, back up, relax. I guess
that's a deal breaker. But that's like a deal breaker. I'll pull that out like. First date. I
just thought about a really good. You talked about being on a date. I guess I don't know why I hadn't thought about it until now. Actual deal breakers with being out with someone, like out in public. Yeah. I think a deal breaker for me will be someone who's like shitty towards like workers and like
100%.
And it's hard for me to explain it, but you'll know the person when you're there.
Yeah.
When you're there with them, someone who's kind of rude to like the waiter or the waitresses.
Someone who like finishes their drink and then shakes the empty glass with ice at the waiter. Someone
who goes to like retail restaurants and like they'll make a mess and like not pick it up. Not retail restaurants. What am I talking about? Retail stores.
I know what you're saying.
Retail stores, and they'll like maybe they'll knock something over in the aisle. Maybe they'll be like, whatever. And you'll be like, you're not gonna pick that up, and they're like, well, I mean, they get paid to do it. Like,
right.
Kind of shitty, right? Like just that type. It's a whole subgroup of people.
Those were deal breakers like back in high school. You remember when people would leave a shit all over the cafeteria table?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, it's just like
that's what the custodians are for.
It's like it's a combination of not home training in like that specific example, but it's also like just people who don't appreciate like smaller jobs. I think they're just like whatever, like fucking or even like some people who like even have some people who I know like older people in my family who are kind of like this, and I mean I let them pass because they're old, but it's just like who like they'll like cuss out like fast food workers and stuff like that. It's like, dude, like chill, it's not that deep. I've never dated someone like this, but I can just imagine like being out with someone and they're just like just really really shitty to like a waiter or something at a restaurant. I'll be like,
for me it's not there's other thing that sometimes a deal breaker. Happens. It's not a deal breaker, but it is like a big no, a big negative is have you ever been on a date and maybe you picked
I'm just kidding.
Maybe you picked like a wrong restaurant or like the service just isn't that great wherever you chose to go or whatever, and I guess it wouldn't happen or maybe it would. I don't know. But it's happened to me before where I've gone, let the guy pick the place.
Yeah.
We go and then he shit talks the entire time. He'll be like, oh my God, can you believe how long they're taking to bring us our food? And it's like, you know what? I understand the frustration. I get it.
Yeah.
But also, you're on a date, honey. Like, I don't want to walk away from this thinking of you as an aggressive dude who was mad about the food taking.
To me, it's kind of like I've been thinking about energy and stuff a lot lately, and it's like you want, like you said, you want to walk away remembering their positive energy and then being like you remember the funny times, how they made you laugh, like the cool stories, not like how they were so angry about how long the food took.
It's weird.
I've never been on a date like that, but I mean I know the feeling. I've been with and because we're human, especially in that situation like you described. Maybe you want to try something new, and it's like it just. I mean, I can't imagine because a lot of times guys are pressured to pick the place. So I can't imagine picking a place and then the person there is just like shitting on it. Like the girl I'm with is just, I'll be like,
right.
I can't relate in a different way. There's one time I was on the opposite side of that. I went out on a date to a movie with a girl once, and it was just the worst. I mean, I've been like out with a couple girls to see, and I almost always let them pick the movie, and I can't say it's a mistake, but it's never that great. But there was one time in particular, it was so bad. I was just like, yo. And it took all, and but I was determined not to be that guy you're describing. Like,
right.
I sat there, I watched the movie, I tried not to make too many faces and just like shit all over it. She asked me what she thought, and I was like, oh, I mean, it's okay. Like, I tried my best not to just go in on it, but it was the worst movie I've seen to date. Like, it was, oh, I hated it.
What was
so
the movie?
Bad. It was, I can't remember what it's called right now, but the premise is basically like there's a woman who. It was called Till Death Do Us Part, I think, or something like that. But I don't know.
Not a clue.
But there's a woman who married a man, and of course she thought he was like the perfect guy, and like, things were so good for like the first couple months. Then eventually, of course, like men do, he just turned shitty. He started like abusing her and all kinds of really badly abused, like beating her, and like
I think you've
really
told
bad.
me this story before.
I've told you the story. The whole date in general was not good at all. Like, there was way more wrong with. If it had just been the movie, maybe I would have given her a second chance. Like, okay, we'll do something else.
How generous. Maybe she could have gotten a second chance.
But like, no, it was, the whole date itself was pretty bad. But the movie was, like. Man, it was so. I was like, why did I waste my money on this? Like, it was. Yeah. But I was still a good sport about it. I just was like, I kept it together. Whatever. I was kind, fine. I didn't shit on it because I didn't want to like give off that like negative vibe of like, oh, like I didn't want her to remember me as this like shitty guy.
Yeah.
But man.
Well, I think that was a pretty good like. We covered a few things. Yeah. We covered just about everything. Well, like just about every other subject we could.
Right. I mean, there's definitely more, but I feel like on just a random like just spitfire like this, we got to where we could get. I think everybody learned a lot about us. I'm excited.
Yeah, we sound mean.
Just like,
no one wants to date us.
That's why they're single, because they're picky as fuck.
That guy texts me and he's like, actually, I'm not even interested. So.
Wow. What a. At that point, you give permission, like just shit on them on air. Like, fuck you.
No, I'm excited.
Cool. Let us know how it's go. Are you gonna go out with them this week or next week?
I think I might try to make it happen this week.
Cool. And I'm gonna go try and make something happen for me. The thing is, it would probably come out of nowhere because like I don't have any crushes right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
I legit like.
Then let it come out of nowhere.
But
Cosmo's telling you to.
That's a weird thing though, to think that like, oh, it's possible for someone to like just randomly appear in my life because my horoscope says it. Like, that's kind of weird. That like that's a very. You gotta let it.
You gotta let it happen. If it's gonna happen, you gotta let it happen.
What does that mean?
It means if you don't do anything this week, if you don't go, if you don't ask anyone out, nothing is gonna happen. Right. Just like nothing happened last week.
Well, okay, I get what you're saying about if I don't ask anybody out. But also, I don't want to ask somebody out just because, like, you know what I mean? Like,
but why?
What if I legit don't meet anyone that I'm interested in? Is what I'm saying. Like,
after you do nothing to meet them, or
if let's say I go out in public and I do, like, I put myself out, sit there, I'm out.
Well, if you do, then
that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird to think that like somebody might just pop up out of nowhere, like oh, like this person's really because.
So would you not do it? Because it's weird that they.
No, I would do it if I saw them, but I'm saying like the chances, like if I have, okay, I'll put it to you this way, right? I haven't had a crush in like since, and I'll probably a legitimate crush since maybe Shoe Girl, because Third Floor Girl was kind of there, but not really. Like it was like. Like I kind of, but I more just thought she was cute and I was interested to get to know her more. Right? I've had a legit crush since Shoe Girl. So the fact that like all this time, right? Because I've been out since then. It's not like I stay in my house literally every day. The fact that all this time nobody's really like, stood out or seriously caught my eye. The fact that this week somebody might just out of one, it's kind of weird to me. I don't know. I'm not saying it can't happen. If it happens, I gotta shoot my shot. But like, I don't know. It's just kind of strange to think. But I guess that's.
You can't win the lottery if you don't buy a ticket.
I'm not gonna buy a lottery ticket, but
I will. I still am. Powerball is up, guys. Mega Millions is up there too, so go ahead and buy your $2 tickets from your nearest gas station. Just a quick little reminder, we are on Twitter and Instagram as DS Degrees, YouTube, iTunes, and Spotify. D's don't get degrees.
Right. This has been Dominic and Jessica, and we're I thought you were gonna say your name.
Yeah, I thought I was too. I don't know why I waited so long.
It's been Dominic and Jessica, and we're gonna sign off for the day. We'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye.